What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Horror Roadside Show. Today, we are in Lowell, Massachusetts, visiting the grave of Clara Bonney, Lowell's local witch. Now, right behind me, you can see this really cool statue of Bonney. And we're going to tell a little of the story of Bonney, but there's a reason why we are here. Since we do paranormal and horror places, let's check it out. So right here in front of me is a beautiful statue of Clara. Clara was only 39 years old when she passed away. She was born June 19th, 1855, and she died July 19th, 1894. Very young indeed. Now you can see people love to leave things for her. Even wrenches for some reason. Beautiful rocks. Some cinnamon. Looks like a piece of jewelry. Really cool. So, legend says that Clara Bonney, haunts the cemetery, and that someday, see the veil around her chest right there? Well, that veil supposedly every year gets lower and lower and lower, exposing her yabos, and she's glaring. If you look at her eyes, right? She's glaring off into the distance, down that way, where there is a lion statue that is said to be her protector. Now, the reason why we are here is because legend says that she haunts the cemetery, and that... Thank you, train. Thank you. Right in the middle. Legend says... Seriously?
We are in Lowell,
So, a few paranormal investigators have come here, and a lot of them claim that she emits high EMF readings. For those who don't know what EMF is, that stands for electromagnetic frequency, or electromagnetic fields. And you've seen them on the ghost shows where they hold these handheld things and it's a light from green to red. It's like green, orange, or green, yellow, orange, red. We have one, but we left it somewhere. We don't have it with us today. But she's supposed to emit high EMF readings, and there's no electricity around her. Also, one of the other things is her energy drains the batteries from electronic devices. So I'll see if she does that with my camera. I think that'd be very interesting to see. Now, she is made of bronze, her statue here. It's made of bronze. And the sculptor, I'm going to put his picture and his name right here. He built this for her and her family. So on the back it reads Arthur Perkins Bonney, born July 9th, 1828, died March 25th, 1896. That is Clara's father, Arthur Perkins Bonney. Below him is Emma Augusta Call, which is his wife. She was born August 15th, 1828, and she died on September 14th, 1892. Below Emma is Charles Sumner Liley, or Lily, whatever you, I don't know exactly how it's pronounced, but Charles is the husband of Clara. And Charles Sumner Lilly, born December 13th, 1851, and he died in April 16th, 1921. And of course, below him is Clara Bonney. Charles Sumner, I'm wondering if that has to do with the Sumner Tunnel in Boston. It's the very same name, Sumner.
From what I read, he was an attorney.
He was an attorney, yep.
And he also was in politics. He served as a state senator.
Yes. Here in Lowell. So, that's who they are. Now, they call her a witch. But as you can see, 1855 and 1890 to 1894, so she was the age of 39. I try to research exactly why they call her a witch, and I couldn't figure it out. Gena and I looked and looked, just can't figure it out. Records say that she was a well-loved woman, and she was born with tuberculosis. Yeah, so she, throughout her childhood, she was very, very sick. So she had a lifelong illness. And then she developed some sort of a cancer that affected her, and she ended up developing a severe form of sepsis. That is what eventually took her life at a very young age. Now, there were a few pennies. Quite a few pennies. They must have blown off from the wind. I'm going to put them back on her statue along with the penny we brought. So here you go, Clara. There's your pennies back. And it's also said that if you take any of the gifts that are left for her, that she haunts you.
Really?
Yep.
Oh,
and if you leave something for her, you get good luck. So I'm just making sure there is nothing else that fell from her statue here.
Looks like some crystal.
A crystal? Yeah, I see that.
There's one over here.
Oh, look at that. A beautiful crystal.
And look at this one.
Somebody left a nice crystal for her. There you go.
Yeah, there was nothing to support the idea that she was the town witch. You know, from what I've read on her, she was very good to her community. She was a generous woman and well-liked and well-loved. So I'm not sure where that folklore came from.
That she's a witch, yeah.
What I also did read is that her husband is present here in spirit and mourns her death.
Yes. And you could see his apparition sometimes,
Yep.
and they say in the summertime you could see his apparition. And it's a beautiful cemetery.
It is, and it's quite large.
It is quite large.
And you know, this was after she died. It was well after
The Salem witch
trials.
Well after.
So for them to come up with the idea that she was a witch
It's baffling.
is kind of strange.
But there she is. This is Clara Bonney.
Her eyes are very black though, huh?
Yep. They say she has black eyes, and she's supposed to have a teardrop.
Yeah, I don't see that.
I do not see a teardrop. I do see, pardon my fingers, some like staining, weathering from stains.
Yeah.
But there she is, gazing off to her protector, the lion. So Gena just found this right here. If you can see, Edwin Elwell, and it says something else, I think, but Edwin Elwell is the architect, sculptor. He is the sculptor of her statue. Now, I was doing a little bit of research this morning on Bonnie and, interesting places to film. Now, I never heard of Bonnie. It just goes to show every town, at least in New England, has its witch.
Yeah.
Maybe they named her the witch because they needed somebody in their town to call a witch. Because every town in New England is said to have their own witch.
See, that's news to me, and I've lived here all my life.
Yeah. So there she is. Now, let's go check out her guardian, the lion. While I'm driving around looking for Clara Bonney's lion that's said to protect her, we come across this beautiful, beautiful headstone. I've never seen anything like this. Check this out, you guys. Look at that. It says Edith Mary Ebert. And it's a chair, but it has a book and some dogs. That is awesome. People leave looks to be crystals on there. I think that's really cool. I've never seen a headstone like this. That is awesome. I wonder if it says anything. No, nothing written on the back. That is really cool. Something strange that happened is my gimbal that I'm using takes battery, and you gotta charge it because it has a motor inside. That's what keeps it stabilized. And my battery was almost dead. Knowing this when I came here, it was almost dead. After visiting Clara's statue, which is right over, it's like right over there, right there, my battery is almost fully charged. That does not make sense. That does not make sense to me at all. And they say, if you leave things, she gives you good luck. But she's also supposed to drain the energy from electronic devices. Mine was the opposite. Now, to go and find the lion, her protector, we're still driving around looking for it. Something that I read up online too, that I found very interesting, was this here, this monument. Now, when you see this, you see a cross, correct? Well, yes, it is supposed to be a cross, although it has two meanings. See how there are two sides? This represents a crossroad. Like a cross. It's a crossroad between the realm of the living and the realm of the dead. And I think that's really neat. I think that's clever and just amazing as well. You have the benches on both sides, and they say one is for the living and one is for the dead. And this is big. Let me zoom out a little bit so you can see just how tall it is. That thing's probably about 25 feet tall. And yes, that's what this means. The realm of the living and the realm of the dead. And there would be, and right there would be Crossroads. Let me know in the comments if you guys ever seen anything like that or heard of anything like that where there's a crossroads between the realm of the living and the realm of the dead, and it's signified or symbolized by a cross. It's a first for me, and there are some really cool headstones here as well. I don't know if you call these tombs. Look at these. There's a few of them. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of these. Hair light. All that could die of Jacob Rogers, who was born June 29th, 1829, entered into eternal life June 1914. It's just beautiful. 1881 to 1925. And there it is. There's that Crossroads monument. There's the lion. At least his butt. So, I guess they shut it up during the winter, because we were driving all around. I mean, everywhere. Her tomb is right there. You can literally see it from right here. There's her statue. And she's glancing over this way. So Gena and I, here's my car, we've been driving and driving and driving, and we couldn't find it. For the life of us, we could not find it. And Gena read that they put it in a shed for the winter. I'm like, well, they can't move it. This thing is huge. So, we see this shed. I come over, I match up pictures with what's in the background, and a big telltale sign was this epitaph right here that has the C on it. Looks like a C. And lo and behold, there's the shed. So I opened up that. I don't recommend doing it. I actually was just trying to get a peek inside, and the whole thing opened. So the lion, his butt was facing me. So his head would be right here on this side. There's no other way to look inside, but this is where the lion's head would be. And it said that he is the guardian of Bonnie, who is right there. Very interesting. I'll have to come back in the spring and show you guys. For now, here's a picture of what the lion looks like when he's not in the shed. He's big. That's a big boy. You know, I've never seen so many interesting gravestones like this place. This place has a lot of interesting gravestones everywhere. And it's big. It is really big. And what I like is that all the streets here are named after families. So like, for instance, this is Barker Way or Barker Ave. Where Clara is, it's Bonney Ave. I think that's really cool. And it is beautiful here. I mean, look at this. Yeah, you see a lot of snow, but it also makes it beautiful here when you see the snow up against, you know, the gray cement style monuments, statues, and gravestones. This place is gorgeous. I highly recommend coming to check out the Lowell Cemetery in Lowell, Massachusetts. It is gorgeous here. Well, guys, that being said, thank you for joining us today. Another quick little video because we have some big videos planned. They're scheduled, but they're not ready yet. So that being said, guys, please, we are getting up there. Once we reach 1,000 subscribers, we're going to have a special video for you guys. We'd like to go to the Conjuring House. I think that'd be awesome. Maybe investigate there. The real Conjuring House, mind you. And like I said, comment down below if you've seen graves like this, or if you heard of that crossroads type of monuments or anything like that. I think that's very interesting. Remember to like this video and share it, because this helps the algorithm get us bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's working. You guys are awesome. Thank you for everything. And that being said, stay spooky.